everyone, I'm Ella from the Cheeky Vino, and I have here Ashley, one of my friends. She actually has the biggest board game Instagram in the world. Yeah. So the reason I decided to do this video was I read an article where someone was interviewing, I should actually remember the names, but I don't. Sorry. I'm sorry, Riedel. Some guy from Riedel was taking a journalist through and talking about how great their wine glasses are. They were talking about how having the right wine glass for a wine really matters. And I've never really understood that. It's like the shape of it will deeply impact how the wine tastes. It'll have more aeration, or it'll change the flavors in the wine. So it actually does matter, which I've never really followed because I've just kind of grabbed whatever I've got. You're the same, right?
Yeah, exactly. This is for red wine.
Yeah. All of my glasses are for red wine. I don't know. Yeah. So I was reading this article and I was like, wow, that's really interesting. Maybe I should try that out and test it and see what actually happens. So I've got my really fancy Riedel glasses, and I actually thought that these were just your standard big wine glasses, which I am all for. Apparently these are Pinot glasses. This is the optimal glass for drinking Pinot Noir. And what we have here is Ashley's favorite variety, Pinot Noir. So what we thought we would do is we will try our Pinot in a number of different glasses. So we're gonna score out of 5 and see which ones we prefer. See whether this one is really the wine glass that you need to be drinking out of. We'll start off with the smallest. So I've got these little sake glasses from Japan. We got them at a sake factory. They've got cute little insides.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah. Kanpai! Oh my god, I feel like I had to shot the wine.
Me too.
It's quite heavy.
It is a little heavy.
And it's got a really strong flavor.
But it was interesting, like I didn't really smell it as I was drinking it because it was like too small.
I did a 1.
Oh no, I did a 3.
Well, that's okay. Now we're gonna go on a trip to Italy and have espresso. All right. It's okay, we're just having small sips.
Yeah.
Hey. Okay. I can't believe that, because in the sake glass for me, it was really bitter, but that's smooth.
And stronger as well, like a heavier almost.
Well, Riedel's onto something, but I feel like this was good, so.
Yeah, I agree. It's not bad at all.
Maybe we should be drinking out of espresso cups more often when we run out of wine glasses at parties and stuff.
When I break them all. I'll be interested to see if it's very different in the other ones, because I'll be able to smell it as well. Like the big difference with that other one, I couldn't smell it.
It's true, isn't it?
I guess we'll see.
We've done the shot glass in the sake, but now we're going to go to a proper shot glass. And I don't think we're going to be able to smell it, because shots are for not smelling, right?
That's true.
I don't have matching shot glasses. I just have like place themed ones. I'm sorry, Port Phillip Estate, for putting your wine in a shot glass. All right, so you'll see the color here.
Yeah,
it's very light.
It's really light. It's almost like a brown tinge.
It does a bit. Shots, 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 shots. Everybody. Like, it wasn't as bad as the sake glass.
I agree. It was slightly better than the sake. I think I could smell a bit of it.
Yeah.
And that's why. But it was not as good as the espresso.
That's true. And I did a 2. Because I don't know, I thought it was not as bad as the sake, but I preferred the espresso.
Yes.
And I haven't moved to point systems yet.
I felt the same, but because I'm now between a 3 and a 4 scale, basically.
Champagne glasses.
Ooh, yeah, good idea.
So we got 2 different types of champagne glasses. These are your standard ones. I have been known to, when I'm really drunk, just switch from champagne to red wine and put it in a champagne glass. I'm not proud of it, but
it's still a glass.
I don't know. I'm a bit skeptical about this because it hasn't really tasted that good. So
oh, really?
Little champagne pour.
Oh, so good.
Cute. Cheers.
Tastes like the lightest it has in this. I don't know if you agree, but for me this is like the lightest I've had it. really light and smooth. It's really nice. So I did 4.5. I actually really liked it in that. Like, I thought it was amazing. I was shocked at like how much smoother it was. I don't know, but I just thought that this was like the best I've had it so far.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
yeah, and it was like really yummy. I was like, ooh, delicious.
I know, it was surprising, wasn't it? That was good. Should we just do the other champagne glass?
Oh, good idea. It's my fave, honestly. I just feel like I'm either at a wedding or I'm Marie Antoinette. It's just the
Yes.
So theoretically, this should be like the smelliest, right?
Yeah,
Because
well,
it's the most aerated.
if we're going off the Riedel concept, it should be, it should be good because the Pinot glass, like if you compare the two, they've got a similar shape. It's just that this one's got thicker glass. Hooray.
Ooh, it's so nice.
Cheers! Hooray! Celebrations! Well, you can definitely smell it a lot more. That's really weird. I actually think I prefer the first champagne glass.
I think I slightly prefer it, but like by the smallest margin. Yeah, so like, slightly less smooth, I guess, than like the regular champagne, but still delicious.
Still good.
I still loved it.
We just like champagne glasses. We don't know what to tell you.
Basically.
All right. I think we should go to Scotch glasses.
Ooh, very fancy again.
Got a good weight.
Is that the sound of crystal, maybe? I don't know.
Sounds crystally. Who knows?
This is what they drink in like vampire TV
Yeah,
shows.
they're like, oh, let me just sit down with a glass of blood.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why we feel weird about it already.
Probably.
It's sort of like,
And it's so fancy.
it does feel fancy. It's true.
It does.
It's true.
Bottoms up.
Cheers. Oh my God, that's crazy. It's so much stronger.
It's so, it's really intense. It's like,
I can't even describe to you the difference between this wine, between this and something like this champagne glass. It is a completely different wine.
yeah, like it's really gotten more intense.
Yeah, it's gotten so much more tannins and it's heavier. Like it doesn't taste like a Pinot. It's sort of, that sort of reminds me of what it was like in the sake glass.
A little bit, you're right.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting because I thought it was the smell with the sake glass.
Yeah, but I don't...
Maybe that wasn't it, I don't know.
The flavor is so different. It's not smooth at all. It's actually quite rough.
Yeah.
Like it sort of hits
It's
you a little bit.
Deep thing.
Yeah.
It's,
I just didn't believe that, I got it. Like I was like, yeah, well, that's interesting. That's interesting enough to test. But I was sort of like, oh, that's probably just marketing speak.
yeah.
Like it can't make that much of a difference. But it really does. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like a noticeably big difference. It's strange.
Yeah. I scored 1.5.
I did a 3, kind of around the same as the sake.
Yeah.
It just, it was quite like, it was a lot heavier.
We're splitting hairs here. Like
yeah.
it tastes good, but when you're thinking of a Pinot Noir, it's like, well, you want it to be light and flavorful. And in the Scotch glass, it was like a lot heavier. It's interesting.
That's for sure.
Wouldn't you just love for your morning coffee to be wine? Well, we'll test whether this is viable. I don't have high hopes for this.
Neither. I feel like it's going to be similar to the Scotch, but maybe not.
There's a reason that you don't drink wine out of mugs, I reckon.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, this is like to hide the evidence.
Yeah. It's like,
I'm not drinking wine.
Good morning. It's a Monday. Yeah, I'm fine. No.
Yeah, there's like a flavor to the
Oh,
ceramic as on top of the wine.
Yeah, I'm not loving that.
Yeah, neither. I sense this other like smell and thus flavor as well because of it. Whereas I feel like you didn't get that from the thinner glasses. I don't know if you agree, but yeah.
No, I agree completely. I think just having that glass element and thinner glass as well, I think makes a difference.
Yeah, I think so as well. Like I think that like if it's something really thick, then maybe it does like add to like a bit of a smell and thus flavor.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's my guess.
We don't know what we're talking about. Ooh!
Oh, this is my lowest score so far.
I like that. And I scored it the same as the sake cup. because I thought it was the same.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
So
I wonder if there's like maybe a thing is like too much air.
yeah,
Is that possible? I don't know.
So we have a mason jar here because I just thought like
Because we're
goon.
hipster and
Yeah.
and goon.
We're gonna have to share like a king's cup.
There
It's
you
like
go.
a
Oh
king's cup.
god, I haven't played that in years.
I know, me
Dear
neither.
God.
We're too old for that now.
Yes, we sure are.
But not today. All right.
Let's do this.
God, this feels really awful for the wine. It feels really bad for the wine.
Like we're disrespecting this
Oh,
wine.
I feel like we are. We're disrespecting it. I'm sorry. I'll drink it anyway.
Elle's face.
All in the name of science, right?
I had the same issue I had with this this mug. There was this like extra flavor
Yeah.
from this thing.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't know. I'm just not loving it.
I just think there is a thing it's too much air. I think maybe like there was a bit too much in that, maybe.
Yeah.
And just the extra smell, like, but which is weird because it's glass as well.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah.
It's almost like it gets too aerated, maybe.
Maybe. That's my guess.
I always thought aeration was good for wine, but maybe not. One again.
I'm 2, so I'm the same as this bad boy.
So now we're actually going to drink out of proper wine glasses. So we have our lovely everyday drinking wine glasses, which anytime we have people over, this is what we put out. I mean, we just use them for literally every wine, which apparently is not what we're meant to be doing, but we do it anyway. It'll be interesting to compare this to the Pinot glasses and see what the difference is.
Yes, we'll see.
So let's do it.
Let's do it.
Cheers! Ooh, that made a good sound.
Yeah, it sure did.
That's really interesting because it's not as light as it is in the champagne glass.
Yeah, you're right. It is not as light. I guess the question is like, what do you want out of a wine? Like, do you want to buy a wine that is like really supposed to be light, like a Pinot, but you like want to get like the heaviness out of it? Or do you want it to be really light?
That's a good point.
That's like the question you would ask yourself.
Yeah. Well, I did a 3.
I did a 4.
Nice.
Because actually like what I want out of a wine is like to be really light. So I think like my priority was like, or my preference was the champagne. Yeah.
I didn't enjoy this as much as the champagne glass.
Yeah, me too. That's why I gave it a 4.
Interesting. Finally, the proper glasses.
Yeah.
So these are made for Pinot Noir. So we'll see.
We'll see. I find like the lighter the colour, the lighter the wine. And this one's quite light.
Yeah,
So I
certainly.
would think that it's supposed to be quite light.
Final
Oh.
one.
Yeah.
I feel so fancy. Ooh.
Me too.
You know what I think I noticed the most in this glass is that the flavour lingers for a really long time on your tongue.
That's a really good point. I feel like it lingers on your nose. It's
Yeah.
not like a weird thing, but
No, I don't think so.
because they like connected. I don't
Yeah.
know. But
Well, I think this was meant to be a heavier Pinot. But I don't think
I
this
agree.
tastes as heavy as it did in the other glass.
yeah, I agree, but I still think it was the lightest for me in the champagne.
Yeah, which is what you prefer, right?
Yes, yeah.
See, I think I prefer this because I like the, there's a bit of more complexity of flavour.
Yeah, it definitely like has like a heavier,
It's got a little bit more to it.
interesting note to it.
Yeah, like to me, it's like, at least for my palate, it's like light, but also, it's like light, but then it's got this tannic like after taste that lingers for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
I feel like I can still smell it. Like it's weird. Like it's like lingered in my nose for so long.
But I reckon this is what the shape of glass does for you, right? Like it sort of like makes you smell it.
It's like, yeah, it's like weirdly like I've like absorbed like so much of the flavor through my nose. Whereas like I didn't really feel like that with most of the other glasses, or really any of the other
Yeah.
glasses. This is the first one where I've been like, there's so much like smell there, which is really good. I like that a lot. So
It's important.
yeah.
I find it's like really sitting on my tongue. Like even right now, I can still feel it on there.
Yeah, I would agree with that as well.
Okay.
Oh, I get it 4.5 as well.
the same. Yay. For me, this was my favorite because I think I just really liked how complex it was.
Okay, nice.
And I felt like you got more. And I mean, that could also be because we've had it open for, what, 40 minutes now?
Well, yeah, that's possible.
So it's also aerating, but I think
Yeah.
the shape of glass really allows for it to aerate. So,
But it's interesting the difference between this and even the other wine glass.
yeah, it's crazy. Because
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at them together, it's like,
Like, they're not that different, I guess.
yeah, but I guess they must be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Well, woo. So there you have it, I suppose. I mean, we both had different tastes, but we both thought that the Riedel glass was good.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
I think their claims are definitely warranted.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't completely understand it, but I don't feel like it's a bad thing either. You know, sometimes you're just not meant to understand how things work.
Exactly.
But I mean, some honorable mentions were the espresso cup.
Oh yes, so good.
And the champagne glass as well. Those
Yeah.
were probably my two favorites, as well as the Riedel glass. Well, thank you for watching. Hope you found this at least entertaining, maybe possibly informative. If you want any more information, feel free to look up my blog. And thank you, Ashley, for coming and drinking wine with me.
No problem. Thanks for
That
letting
was
me
fun.
drink with you.
Oh, anytime. I mean, we're always drinking together anyway, so.
Exactly.
All right, until next time, bye.